you before about how to boost your, yeah, I did. I told you about how to boost your immunity. And we discussed that, and you thought it was just theory. No, it's not theory. If you decide during the period of lockdown that you, not somebody else, is going to learn, yes, a new instrument. It can be a string instrument like this, or a wind instrument where you literally blow like a flute or a trumpet. Whatever instrument you choose to learn is great. Remember, the fundamental thing is learning. Why? Learning optimizes what you're thinking about. If you want to learn to drive a car, you will see more cars. You will understand what cars are doing. For once in your lifetime, you will appreciate the difference between someone that drives a car and someone that sits next to the car. All the things you didn't know about cars before will now come up. Why? Because you put your mind on driving a car. So we told you, apart from diet, your mood is very important. And we're going to keep our mood alive. So on Saturday, tomorrow, we are going to have online party. What did I say? We're going to have a party. That means we're going to be very happy. We're going to play music. We're going to play music. If you can't play, we'll tell you how to play different keys, because every single person on planet Earth can play one instrument or two at the very least. The reason why you have not played any instrument so far is because you've not heard from me, or because you're not part of the Excellence in Education program, or because you're not part of any program that understands what learning is and understands what living is. Because some people just understand what learning is, others don't understand what living is. And so because of that, all they're talking is textbook learning, and even have the nerve. The government had the nerve to say that in state schools, music is an optional extra. Never in my life have I had such gobbledygook. How can you say that English is a compulsory subject? Language is a compulsory subject. Mathematics is a compulsory subject. But music is optional. Whoever made that sentence has not understood the meaning of education. Trust me. Because those of you that know me understand this. You've seen some of my videos online. Those of you who follow me, you've seen some of my videos online playing music. It doesn't matter what music you play, provided you learn to play it, not listen to it. If you just listen to it, you get 30% of the benefit. If you play it and you play it badly, that means you play it badly. That means you're just making a joyful noise, right? If you play it, you get 90% of the benefit. So it's better you play music and play it badly than not play it at all and say, no, I'm a bad player, or my family is not gifted in music, or my sister is the only person that can play music, or my brother is the only one that can play music. No. Music helps your mood. Music helps boost. Yes. Music does that to everybody on planet Earth. Lifts you up, and therefore boosts your immune system. So music is not just for entertainment. A lot of people talk about music as an entertainment tool. No, it's not. No. Music affects the way your brain is wired. Music, this is historic, prehistoric. So if that's one thing you're going to get away from the corona epidemic or pandemic, as they call it, please go back to playing any form of instrument you used to play. Plus, learn brand new instrument. Plus, learn some bits and pieces of just the keys. Just learn one or two keys. And play one or two keys to start with in any instrument that you have access to. If you don't have access to any instrument, I will tell you this. I will give you a free instrument. It will be free virtual. So if you know right now that you don't have any instrument at home, type no instrument. Type no instrument. Type now in the comment box no instrument. Type you don't have any instrument at home. and therefore you can't play, and therefore you can't learn to play. And I will send you an app, and I will tell you where to get the app, and then you will learn to play the instrument virtually. And later, when the whole storm of corona blows across, how did I know? I didn't say if, I know when. So if you're on this channel, I know you will survive the corona era, and you will join in the enjoyment of the post-corona era. So don't tell me, oh, it's gloom and doom. I saw a video clip, it was so depressing because they've been in self-isolation for only 3 days. And they were driving, the father was literally crying online, literally crying online. In a totally different continent, by the way. The power of technology gave me access to that. And I could not believe it. I couldn't believe. Because anyone that puts you into self-isolation or quarantines you or tells you to go into lockdown or to tell you what to do in the period. And because they didn't tell you what to do in the period, you sat down and then you watched the television. You watch mainstream television. Mainstream television watching from wake up to lie down is extremely dangerous to your health. If you didn't know that, please just get that now. Yes? I want to stay connected. Thank you. So I want to know how many minutes I've got left so that I can count me down. So please note this now. Note this number one thing you're learning today. You shall be an instrumentalist. I'm not saying you will be the best instrumentalist, but I'm saying you will be a trainee instrumentalist, and that will begin to rewire your entire thinking process. Because two things that have real devastating impact on your immunity are your emotional status, especially if you're angry. If you're angry for 1 hour, your immune system goes yuck, scientifically proven. If you're anxious for 1 hour, so I don't know what to do, or you get overly excited in the negative sense, your immune system goes down. But if you're joyful, lift us up, right? To the mountain high, where the eagles fly. We're going to play that one. We're going to play that tune out. Then you will know love lifted us up. Love lifted us up. Do you understand that? So spread a lot of love. And number two, if anybody sends you a video that makes you depressed or gets you annoyed or gives the exact opposite of what I'm trying to say there, please distance yourself. I want to practice distancing. You know they talk about social distancing? That means you distance yourself from people that you don't know because you don't know whether they are positive COVID carriers or they are negative. I need you to go online and distance yourself from any negativity of gloom and doom. That's the reason why I'm saying, yes, today is Friday. Today is our literally 7th day, because tomorrow is going to be the beginning of our new week, and I'm going to have great party tomorrow. It's all going to be music, and dancing and maths. So you will dance, you count the number of steps, and you move, and we're going to get you back to peak emotional state. Peak. That means top emotional state. If you're in your top emotional state, your immune system rises up. And if your immune system rises up, if you ever have the misfortune of having any infection, by the way, this is not only viral, this is viral infection, bacterial infection, any infection mediated by microbes, you are going to see how scientifically proven it is for you to get up and sing, or get up and dance, or get up and be joyous. So don't be angry. You're promising me that. And you type in where you're watching us from. Thank you. Thank you. Those who have no instrument, I'm not joking. I will provide instrument for you. I'm not joking. This is a serious thing. I don't want you to be depressed. If you're depressed, it hurts me. I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to find reasons to be happy at this point in time, because there are too many reasons why people are depressed. Number two, I don't want you to watch television block to block. If people just watch television, change this channel and they change to that channel. You cannot channel hop. Number two commandment, thou shalt not channel hop. What you're going to do, as a treat, you may be allowed to watch television for 15 minutes maximum, because it's called news cycle. The news cycle, they recycle and recycle until you start believing what they're recycling. So if you must watch television, I'm telling you, the news channel, somebody say it's not news, it's views. Others said it's not views, it's bad views. Others said it's not just bad views, it's negative views. If you must take in that junk from mainstream channel, you cannot do it for more than 15 minutes. Why did I say that? I will provide you the news. So, number one, do not waste your energy not learning an instrument. I don't want you to be the best instrumentalist, but at least I want you to be able to play an instrument and play an instrument. Learn how to play an instrument at beginner's level and make loads of mistakes. If you are 90, if you learn to play an instrument at 90, do you know what happens to your neural network? You will not believe this. This is scientifically proven. If you learn a new instrument at 90, and don't you ever tell me I'm too old to learn an instrument. That's a lie. You just told yourself a lie. I'm telling you. If you think you cannot learn an instrument, I'm going to put you on a different channel, behind in a closed group, and I will take you step by step. You will learn just one chord a day, and the next day you'll go back again and repeat that chord, and you will make mistakes. Of course, you make mistakes. Can you see why I'm holding the instrument? Can you see how I'm holding my instrument? I'll make mistakes because that's not my favorite way of playing. This is my better way of playing. So everybody makes mistakes depending on where you are. If you are still on planet Earth, you are prone to errors. Type that down. Prone to errors. If you're on planet Earth, you're prone to errors. Because to err is human. Thank you for those of you joining. You're saying that I said you shouldn't listen to the news. How will you get the news? Let me tell you how you get the news. I told you yesterday. Didn't I tell you? I told you yesterday. What did I tell you yesterday? Those of you that watched yesterday, I told you yesterday. Can you see what I'm doing now with my sanitizer? Can you see what I'm doing with my sanitizer? I told you yesterday, because I've used one instrument. Now I'm switching over to other things. I'm desanitizing. Can you see what's happening now? I'm disinfecting my hands from the instrument I've used, and I'm moving on to something more. I told you yesterday. What did I say? Tell me. Thank you for those that are watching from Tel Aviv, by the way. Thank you. Those watching from Tel Aviv, Israel. Thank you for Europe. Thank you for those working for Africa. Thank you. Write the name of the city you're from. Be proud of your city, man. Ladies and gentlemen, be proud of your city. Ignore what the politicians are saying about your city. Some people are very stigmatized and say, oh, my city has the highest number of infections. And some of you are afraid. It was in the news, and to give you, okay, this country has the highest number of positive tests. This country has the highest number, and in this country, this city has the highest. They're giving you labels that your city is COVID infected. Please, can you delete that from your brain? Right now, delete it from your brain. You need to delete that negativity from your brain. Your city is not COVID infected. All right? You are alive, and you will go through it. So some people are ashamed or shy. They don't want to write the name of their city because their city may be stigmatized. How come Wuhan? Wuhan is a city in China. Is the epicenter of what the whole world is going through now. The rich, the poor, the middle class, the no class. every single person never knew people could be that afraid. Every single person is afraid. All my friends, when I go off my broadcast, all my friends private DM me on Twitter because of fear. And fear is another thing that knocks down your immune system. Can you see how evil that is? Can you see that cycle? It's a vicious cycle. If you are anxious, if you are fearful, if you are annoyed because your city is locked down, all these emotions combine to knock down your immune system. So the virus is evil, but your immune system can rise up and knock it down. And I'm going to give you case after case after case of different people whose immune system have knocked down the so-called COVID-19 virus, or COVID-19 disease, or or the so-called coronavirus. They knocked down, they were able to ride the tide and assume a great new life afterwards. My friends, I'm going to tell you. So, don't you ever be afraid, please. Fear is a spirit. It grips you and makes you to imagine the worst case scenario. That's what fear is. It makes you think that what is not going to happen is exactly what's going to happen. That's what fear is. Fear is the thinking that stinks. So that's the reason why I'm banning you. If you're on this channel, I want to advise you. Do yourself a great favor and do me a bigger favor. Do not sit down and watch television for more than 15 minutes at once if you have to watch television. You say, oh, how do I get my news? I'm telling you now. I'll give you the news that is specific to your sector, specific to your environment, and specific to your city and country. Here, I promise that. How? You are going to follow me thank you for the people in Oxford. Can you just share my Twitter handle, because my Twitter handle is going to retweet and share tweets from WHO and clinical scientists as well as clinical researchers. 2 people you're going to listen to. Please don't listen to any politician. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Politicians are clueless. Politicians are totally clueless. If politicians had one clue about this crisis or crisis management, none of the cities after Wuhan would have gone the same way. I'm telling you this. This is honest truth. So if you have a political leader coming on your television tell you about COVID-19, they have no clue. Okay? Thank you. Someone's already on your page. That's Michael. Is it Mark? Mark, thank you very much to confirm that. Mark's from Oxford. Now, Mark, what you need to tell them, and he's going to share this with everybody, by the way. Thank you for confirming that. The politicians told us 7 days ago one thing, and told us to do that thing, and if we do that thing, it will be well with us. And then 3 days later, they came out with a totally different thing and said, no, it will be well with us. And then they came out with a different thing. So the politicians have no clue. If you didn't know that, I'm pleased to be the first person to tell you politicians have no clue. If you want to know what to do, listen to the clinical scientists that are honest to tell you this is how much we know now about this particular virus. And listen to the clinical researchers who are in the forefront of trying to develop a model. And some of them are working on vaccines, others are working on antivirals, and they are working, I know them, they are working 24-hour shifts. The clinical researchers are working 24. They are not sleeping. They are working night and day to try and get things discovered and resolved about corona. So those are the people you should listen to. And I have a direct notification link with the WHO, with the World Health Organization, and other health workers in the field. Thank you, Rajan. Rajan sent me a note on my LinkedIn. Thank you for those of you watching on LinkedIn. Send me a link on my LinkedIn, and I'm going to tell you some postcodes in some cities, in some countries, where those of you that are healthy enough and are strong enough can help others, because we are a community. We are a community. Do you hear that? Come united. So we are come united. We come together. It doesn't matter if you speak Mandarin. It doesn't matter at all. Because the virus does not respect what language you speak, by the way. It doesn't matter if you speak Spanish. It doesn't matter. It hit the Spanish as hard as it hit the Chinese, as hard as it hit the Italians, as hard as he hit the Iranians. So it is not a national thing. It is a global event. And therefore, all of us in Asia will join hands with those in Africa and join hands with those in Europe and South Americana, those of you in Latin America and North America, to put up a big fight against one, the blues that is associated with lockdown, two, the blues that is associated with COVID-19, three, the blues that is associated with the negative. They're not saying coughing is the biggest business. Can you imagine that? Somebody came on air and opened their mouth to say they are going to make more coffins in anticipation of the dead. If you are the voice of the spirit of death, you need to know that we've already silenced your voice. We cannot take your counsel. How can you breathe fear and speak fear and promote fear? And some of you are even sharing the video on the internet. You're sharing the video and you're making their fear go viral. No. Your faith should rise right now. Your belief in the understanding of these basics of A, nutritional value of certain product. We're coming to that later. All the children that couldn't go to school and have been in lockdown, we are going to come to this quickly and later. But I want all the parents that are looking after the children and guardians looking after the children at home to get all of them to wake up in the morning and sing a song. The first thing you do in the morning now, you wake up and sing a song. What did I say? Sing the song. I'm going to share some of my songs on Twitter. If you are shy, you cannot put your views here. I don't know what you're shy about because I'm not ashamed of anything. You've not done anything wrong. You did not manufacture the virus. So if your city is already eating into, you've got so many casualties in your city, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. So don't be ashamed. If you're in the front line of this, if you've seen raw pictures, can I assure you, turn those pictures away, and we're going to teach you uplifting songs that can get you from 0, and sometimes below sea level onto the highest mountain. So Lord lift us up to the mountaintop where the eagles fly. Yeah, where the eagles fly. The eagles, when they have a turbulence, they just spread their wings and it lifts them up. And we're going to show you how you can do that. How you can do that through music, because we talked about music. I don't want you to talk about music now. I want you to learn to play an instrument of your choice. There are 50 different instruments you can learn. At least just love one of them, love only one of them, and start to learn to play that instrument. If you don't have a physical instrument like this, I'm going to make sure I send one to you, wherever you are. I will send you an instrument now. So how am I going to spend it? I'll tell you how to spend it. Okay, now. So if you just turn in, I don't know where you've been. We had a wonderful time here. We shared how to boost your instrument, your body immunity. Immunity is a big word for how the body protects itself against strange things. It's a scientific big word. It's a jargon that says anytime a foreign body enters the body, anytime a foreign substance enters the body will not like it, and the body will like to throw it away. It is the body's Ministry of Defense. It's the biggest defense mechanism on planet Earth, and it fights diseases. This morning, one thing we learned is that you can fight any disease at all, particularly the so-called COVID-19 virus, by lifting your spirit. Number one. Number two, we said it by cocking your ears to negativity that is spewing out of mainstream media. Negativity is spewing out, telling us now that the biggest business in some countries is coffin making. That is a devilish comment. Devilish. You must delete that from your vocabulary. The biggest business now is joy making. Write it now. Make a joyful noise. Did you hear that? It means you don't have a great voice. They told you don't have a great voice. You know, they told some of the tenors, okay, sopranos, or mezzo-sopranos, to give you alto, they give you all different parts, and then when it came to your part, they say you are a noisemaker, you can't make noise. Still make a joyful noise. You are allowed to make a joyful noise. All right? So even if someone told you you're bad at music, just ignore their so-called musical technical skills and still make a joyful noise. That means you are happy, therefore sing. So every morning you're going to sing now, from now on, to knock down this lockdown. You see, every single morning, make sure you get yourself, like I told you before, sanitize. Every opportunity for you to sanitize. Even if you think you have no infection, it's still good for you to disinfect, not clean, not just clean hands. Clean hands can have microbes, little tiny organisms. You disinfect. And then, if you run out of disinfection, we told you on Tuesday how to make your own sanitizer. Take mentholated spirit. Can you see this mentholated spirit? It's alcohol-based. Any alcohol-based substance is able to deal with the virus. It knocks down the cell walls. If you knock down the cell wall, you make the virus very vulnerable. And I'm going to tell you that. So if you're a chemistry teacher, or you've ever worked in the aspect of chemistry, this is what good thing is doing. So you pour the mentholated spirit into a bowl, and then you add some warm soapy, any soap. It doesn't matter. It can be any soap. Any soap. And can you see what's happening now? Can you see what's happening? It evaporates. This is just as effective when you rub it with soap as your sanitizer. So if you run out of sanitizer, or there's some online, if you still run out of sanitizer, try to get your mentholated spirit in there. And I told you, we are going to give this away. Why are we giving this away? Type the name of your city now. Type the location where you're from. Type what continent you are from. Thank you for those who joined us from Peru. Thank you. If you are not, repeat, not on YouTube, and you have not gone to subscribe, not just watch our videos. Watching our videos is a difficult thing. If you watch my video, then you go away and you will never know what happens again. But this time, I want you to watch my video. If you go away and I put a new video there that will be of help to you, it will tell you, YouTube will tell you immediately that there's a new video there. Because all we're talking today is totally different from what we said yesterday. Those of you that were here on Monday, what we discussed on Monday is different from Tuesday. The emphasis is different. The scope is different. So if you're in key stage 1, your assignment for today is to count how many instruments that there are. Key stage 1. Get your mother and your dad or your guardian to help you. You're going to go and do a simple research. How many instruments are there in this whole wide world? How many types of instruments? Write them. Number 2, draw your favorite one and send it to me by DM. Yes, I want you to do that. So those are on key stage 1. And then the younger one, the younger children, I want you to go and get a toy flute, a toy recorder. I want you to draw it for me. Whatever instrument you have as a toy, please, I need you to draw it for me and then take a photograph using your cell phone or using your parents' cell phone. A photograph using a cell phone. So this cell phone is going to help you in achieving your objective. Use a cell phone, take a photograph of your toy instrument and attach your drawing to it so that I say, oh, this is the object and this is the image you drew. So that's what you need to do for key stage 1 and below. So if you are preschool, if you are key stage 1, if you are key stage 2, you need to know that. You need to know that very well. I need to see the photograph of your drawing because some of you are great at drawing. Number 2, if you are in key stage 2, you need to draw your favorite instrument and tell me the basic note of that instrument, and a little paragraph about how that instrument came about and the type of voice or the type of sound it produces. So you're going to list all the instruments in the world that you know of if you're in key stage 2. And if you're in key stage 2, after listening to the instrument, you're going to tell me about one instrument, the one that you love, your favorite instrument, and you're going to tell me in 2 paragraphs or so things about that instrument. 7 things, 8 things, 9 things that most people don't know about that instrument. The basic notes of that instrument, you're going to write that down there for me. Please write it down. I need you to do that. Number 3, if you're at key stage 3 or key stage 4, you're going to come very easy now. I'm going to take you to GCSE level. I'm going to take you to the A level. You're going to tell me about how that instrument was invented, who invented it. You're going to tell me a little bit about the history of that instrument, about the practicalities of that instrument, and then the peculiarities of that instrument, and then the sound production of that instrument. If you're key stage 4 or 5, you need to do that. Now, all the other members, whether you are undergraduate or postgraduate, any graduate, you're going to do that plus more. You're going to see how music therapy helps in lifting the mood. Did you hear that? Musician, you do it. Pick a new instrument that you don't play. If you already play 2 instruments, pick a brand new instrument. I don't want you to write about the instrument you already play. I know some of you already play instruments. If you don't play instruments, this is the number 1 time. Lockdown for musicality. Lockdown will bring out your musicality. This lockdown is going to give you opportunity to learn an instrument. You're going to learn the instrument, and I'm going to accredit you. And then I'm going to give you a piece of paper that from so day to so day you start learning an instrument. How do I know? You're going to write it to me today. So if you haven't written it there, please type. Thank you. Some people are already typing what instrument they are going to. Piano, yes. Some people are already typing what instrument they are going to learn. I'm so pleased with you that you are keen to learn. I am keen to learn because learning is fun. Learning in school can be a bit wonky because you follow the so-called syllabus. But here we follow our passion. We don't follow any school syllabus. We follow our passion. If you do not have an instrument, I'm going to tell you how to make an instrument. Today I'm going to show you how to make one instrument. How? For the young ones, you're going to do one instrument and you're going to draw it and you're going to send it to me. One quick instrument that you can make is this. Anytime you go to the toilet and you get any of your extra of it, you're going to tie them together. And then you're going to make 2 different types of instrument with your plastic bottle. You're going to make it. Those of you that are home, you've been bored. You see, this is the Luro. What is this Luro? When you finish this using this Luro, keep it and get a second Luro and glue them together and press it so that you have tiny holes. Can you see the tiny hole? And then blow into it. You're going to practice exercising your lungs, and you're going to practice how you can manipulate a wind instrument, because every wind instrument requires you to blow into it. And you are asking me now, what is the meaning of that? Each time you blow, you're breathing in and you're breathing out differently. When you are not playing music, the way you breathe in and breathe out is different from when you have an instrument in front of you. Ooh, I knew you didn't know I was going there. You didn't know that I was going to tell you there's a massive link between playing a wind instrument and your respiratory system, the upper respiratory system. Can you see the unintended consequences of being a wind musician? When you sing, you are exercising muscles that you would otherwise not exercise. Put your finger in your diaphragm. They'll tell, your parents will tell you where your diaphragm is, and then try and sing any song. Any song. I'm going to give you my favorite songs. I'm going to give you my favorite song. They might be different from yours, but I want you to try and sing your favorite song. Like this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. I want you to sing it, not say it, sing it, and see what happens to the muscles just in your diaphragm. That's just a little bit below your ribcage, just here, just here. See what happens there. You are exercising the entire breathing apparatus that you have in yourself. And what does COVID-19 do? It paralyzes your breathing apparatus. So if you practice any wind instrument, what you are practicing is that what you are doing, you are exercising your respiratory system. So don't tell me I'm a bad musician. That's what I'm saying. Even if you're a so-called bad musician, if you are classified by the technical musician, those are very technical. There are some people that are just interested in music at the melodic level. There are others that are technical. Those that are technical sometimes will always appreciate those that are technical and put it down. So what great music are you playing? Because you're not playing this great music, therefore you're not a musician. No, that's not what I'm talking on today. I'm talking about how your music connects with your biology. How breathing helps anyone. Just talk to any of the patients right now, any of the victims of COVID-19. Talk to them. The first thing they're going to tell you is breathing. Breathing difficulties. Why? Because the virus attacks their upper respiratory. So if you are already playing a wind instrument, I need you to play it at least 3 times a day. You play it in the morning, you play in the afternoon, and you play in the evening. It might be 5 minutes, it might be 6 minutes, it might be 9 minutes, it doesn't matter. But if you play 5 minutes in the morning, it must be 5 minutes in the afternoon, 5 minutes in the evening, and you do it every day, and see what's going to happen to your respiratory system. I'm telling you this. And tomorrow, just before the party, I'm going to talk about how to breathe. How to, right now you just do it subconsciously, but you can also train your body to breathe. And all of this is going to come wrapped. So we're going to have you, if you are in any city on the planet Earth, I told you, thank God, our brothers and sisters in New York are just waking up. Yeah, I can see you're just logging in now. Thank you, thank God, you've woken up. Great day. It's a blessing of another day. If you are blessed to see this day, you must be happy. Because you are seeing the dawn of a brand new day, like you've never seen before and you'll never see again. So that's the reason why I'm ever so excited for you. So if you just woken up from New York, I've told you, don't go and sit down and watch the television under the pretext that you want to know what's happening in your city. Television does not inform you what is happening in your city. They misinform you. Can you write that down? There's a big difference between information and misinformation. Most of them are playing with 100% sensation and 0% information. 100% sensation. The politicians that come on the television add salt to injury, because they just come in and completely blow things out of all proportion. So New York Times. If you are in New York, you just woken up, I'm going to tell you what happened in New York City overnight. Do not be overwhelmed by the fear of the rate of infection, because they will pump that into you every day. Nobody tells you how many people are fighting and surviving and how they are doing it. Nobody tells you how to boost your immune system. Nobody tells you anything negative is all, and anything positive is all negative. So if you're waking up in New York City, fine. We thank you. We are excited for you because you went to bed and you woke up this morning. So be happy for that. You must be happy for that. You cannot be moody for waking up this morning. And we are going to tell you what's happening in your city. Don't worry about watching the television. If you are in London, great. You've had a great morning. We will tell you what is important in London. We will tell you the upcoming here on the telephone. So you'll be in your house. You're not leaving your house. You're in lockdown. But we want you to be leaders. I'm training you, all of you that have been listening to me since for the past 7 days. You are going to be my ambassador. You're going to be ambassador of goodwill, because there's so much ill will out there. We need to be salt of the earth. You didn't hear that? Salt gives a new flavor and changes the taste in your mouth. We need to be light in this darkness called Corona that has enveloped the entire planet. And how do you become light? You speak the word of correct and accurate facts and information, and that lifts people up. Darkness sends the word of what? Misinformation and distortion, and that depresses people. You are all ambassadors of light. You have to enlighten your friends. That's why I told you, thank you for those that have shared in the past 7 days. You've been sharing. Share this light, because too many people are in darkness, and they are moody, grumpy, and say, oh, it may be my turn next to die. Because yesterday they said, don't put that in your mouth. Don't ever put that in your mouth. Never ever you say that, because it's not true. I'm telling you, it's not true that you're going to die tomorrow. No, it's not true. There is no scientific evidence. There is no basis. Nobody's done an assessment of you. You're just thinking because you saw people on television dying, and you saw another percent of people dying, and they told you how many people died yesterday. And some pseudo-scientists, I call it pseudo-scientists, even came on television. Somebody was sharing me the video. I said, please don't share this to anybody. The scientists came on air and said 50% of the world's population would die. And some people say, oh, 1 in 2 people will die. And some people, 2 people will die. And so, oh, people look at my family and say, oh, we are 4 in this family, so 1 of us will die. No, 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 no. That's not the statistics. The statistic that is true and proven beyond all doubt is this. You will go through this. We gave you the basic steps to take. That's a statistic. If you, I told you, use sanitizer. If you distance yourself socially from people that are pumping negative things out of their system, you will get something positive and you will live. If you eat the fruits we told you about, it will boost your immune system. If you exercise, it will boost your immune system, physicality, because the temptation is, oh, I'm home, and you don't wake up. Some of you don't even leave your bed until 11 a.m. How dare you? You were given 24 hours in a day. Use it. Don't just sit there and sleep and stare at the ceiling and then get the remote control and just put on the television, and television spills more. If you have any friend like that, please share this with them, because they ought to know that we are not going to say, why sit we here and die? Did you hear them? That's not my quote. He said, why sit we here and die? Because that's what some people are saying now. Well, they told us our city is on lockdown because the infection has hit our city and our town and our village, on our community, and we heard about that who died, and he who died, and she who died, and it who died, and next on the death list is yours. No, 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 no. No. This is an opportunity for you to lead. This is the blessed opportunity for you to thrive. If you thought of a business before and you didn't have time to implement it, in the evening at 7 o'clock, I'm going to be talking to businessmen, businesswomen. We're going to convert that biases towards entrepreneurs, and we're going to give you tips. Those of you that watched last night, you saw what I said. You saw what I discussed with my MBA students and master's level students. If you didn't see it last night, I wore a t-shirt, a black t-shirt. Go on my LinkedIn page, go on my Twitter page, Twitter, via Periscope, go on my YouTube, go on our YouTube channel and pick it and share it with anybody in your community. If you want to take any further action on it, just move to LinkedIn and I will interact with you. This is not the time to joke. Serious, this is serious. If you have serious, if your LinkedIn is a ghost LinkedIn page, by the way, I will not accept you. If your LinkedIn does not show activity, I will not accept you. If your LinkedIn is not showing something positive, I will not accept you. Because I'm socially distancing myself from anyone that is negative. Because I know I will live through this. How did I know? Kirk Franklin sang it. Kirk Franklin sang it before it happened. So I'm telling you, Kirk Franklin sang it. And I played it 2 years ago. And I played it 3 years ago. And I played it 4 years ago. And I played it last year. And I played it 6 months ago. That I know I can make it. When you finish now, just go on YouTube, type Kirk, K-I-R-K, Franklin, I know I can. So don't even begin to, because the people that have fallen victim to this disease inadvertently have fallen victim because of and information that they lacked. If they were informed, most of them, this is true, most of them, if they were informed, if we had leaders, not politicians, we have politicians in every single country of the world now. Don't even tell me about any country in the world now that have politicians that are good. No, don't even tell me that. Every single politician that have come on television that I've seen so far, without exception, have shown incompetence beyond description, have shown an underestimation, have shown lack of leadership, underestimation of little virus. That's the reason. It's more because of the incompetence, combined incompetence of the politicians and the ability to peddle misinformation and therefore come back and try and correct it and then still take half-truth and still get half-truth. Like yesterday they were saying, everybody go clap for the health workers. If you did, I'm pleased for you. I rejoice with you. And congratulations. But I now need the politicians to give the kits to all the healthcare workers so that they can test. That's what WHO says. And that's what I tweeted. Test. Get the infrared testing. Testing does not take. Yeah, that's true. They make a big deal out of that testing. Testing for coronavirus and the symptoms. Pleased to be the first person to tell you it's less than half an hour to get the result. So why are the politicians not? I'll tell you financial consequences. So wash your hands. It's not just relief that the debris in your hand do not hide the virus. That's why you're washing that. And I told you, if you're an entrepreneur, I told you what you're going to do about the stimulus. There are various economic stimulus that different governments are now rolling out. I'm going to tell you that in the evening. So if I have not mentioned the name of your city, I'm sorry. But thank you, all of you that joined, because I've been told that my time is up. How time flies. Good. How time flies. So I recap and I tell you, music is the food of love and of life. Now, so eat it and begin the day with any music. I'm not saying that you be the best musician. I'm saying just play some music. And if you think you can play any music, make some noise. Make a joyful noise. That means sing your favorite song, not mine. But if you wanted me to recommend one for you, I'll give you Kirk Franklin. And I'll sign up with that. So those of you that are in Asia, that didn't type, I can't send you your China Daily. Those of you that are in New York and didn't type, I can't send you New York Times. If you're in Tel Aviv, I can't send any of those things to you because you haven't told me where you are in. Before you log out, type in you are in Tel Aviv. Type in you are in Wuhan, China. Type in that you are in Lusaka. Type in wherever you are, and then grab your musical instrument, whichever one you like, and do the assignment and send it to me.